plays that you call, you hit on probably about 80% of the time. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I don't know. I've called good ones. I've called bad ones. But I don't do anything. I've done the same thing for 14 years. I think every head coach, has an expertise and instincts for whatever it is. You input that when you need to. I mean, I think that's the art of being a head coach. Is knowing when you need to assert yourself and when you need to just, stay in tune to what's going on and you just got to pay attention. And so that's not any different than what I've always done. Whether it be national championship games, whatever, for my whole career. But I love my staff, man. We got a great group, and our players are very involved. It's a really good group. But you don't win the game on game day. I mean, you have instincts. I think, again, to be a great head coach, you have to trust your instincts. You have to watch the game, and you have to trust your instincts in critical situations. But you win the game during the week. I mean, you win the game when you're in there, Tuesday meetings and you're game planning. And you win the game Tuesday night and Wednesday night when you're making decisions, critical decisions, on how we're going to call things, situational football. You don't just show up on game day and go, okay, well, let me just figure this out. It doesn't work that way. The game is played through the week, and and then again, just your messaging, your meetings, how you practice. Guys taking ownership of the plan. That's what leads to execution. But, man, our staff has done an awesome job in just putting our guys in position to be successful. It's a player's game. The credit goes to the players. I mean, you can't be the village idiot. You got to have some sense about you, and you want to be creative and manipulate things. But everybody has a system. But it's not about, schemes. It's about players executing schemes. That's what this game is all about. It's about effort. It's about toughness, physicality, belief, discipline. It's about attitude, taking care of the football, all that type of stuff.
Got time for about one or two from Zoom if anybody has any online.
Yeah, Dabo, this is Pete at AP. Couple things. Was going to ask, 2 years ago against BEC was when DJ made his debut. You've got to be pretty gratified about how he's developed, not a finished product yet, but how he's developed over these 2 years and gone through both the highs and the lows. Yeah,
I'm super proud of him. I mean, he's been in all phases. He's done it all. I mean, he's had great success. Where he's a, instant superstar and everybody's hero and the first rounder and the Heisman candidate to, he ought to go and play in Arena League, and move to tight end or, give up football. He's experienced all those things that come with playing that position. And but the one thing that hasn't changed is him. He has never changed as far as just who he is as a young man. Incredibly humble, very, very smart, and just as tough as they come. I mean, he's just grown. And as I always say, when bad stuff happens, when adversity happens, it defines you, destroys you, or develops you. And it's developed him. He's allowed that, all these struggles and challenges and criticism and doubt and all those things. He's used that as, fuel for his fire, and he's allowed it to sharpen him and develop him in all phases of his game, mentally, physically, you name it. And just proud of him. He's doing a good job. Again, we've only played 5 games, and it's. He knows it's not far from the penthouse to the outhouse. I promise you that. So just got to continue to, stay within himself, continue to prepare, and, stay inside out. And I think if he does that, he's kind of over the hump and kind of back where, in just the right mindset and, being the type of player that we know he is.
We'll go last question here to Anna Adams online. Anna?
Hey, Dabo. Are there a couple two deep guys at offensive line you feel like maybe are closer to getting in the game in more meaningful situations? And is that something that's on the radar right now, or are you just pretty content with your starting five, especially with kind of the chemistry that they've built right now?
Yeah, we love our five and the chemistry for sure, and the continuity that they're given. But it's just all flow of the game type of stuff. I mean, we've been in a couple of battles, and we haven't been able to, it's not like we have, KJ and Miles, we're not quite there. And but we got some guys that we're definitely confident. I mean, we love the guys we have. We feel good about our depth. We got some young guys that we think have very bright futures. But hopefully we'll get some more opportunity. Mitchell, who missed a ton of camp, missed most of camp. He's back rolling, and he's getting a ton of work. And I think he's done some good things. We got Tucker and Mitchell in there the other night, a play or two. We got Tucker in there. Those are two redshirt sophomores that, we think are a little more ready. I'd say the same thing about Trent Howard and Linthicum. They're kind of right there. Colin Sadler, he's a guy that we'd love to get in there and get some reps. Incredibly physical and gifted young player, just hasn't had as much opportunity with some game situation. Tristan is developing. But big drop off between J Mac and Tristan right now. So you got to be smart, and we just haven't had as much opportunity. But we see those guys, and one of the things that we do in practice is I try to make sure that those twos get a lot of competitive work. Especially this time of the season. They're going to get that 2 minute. They're going to get that O versus D and get some real fastball. Because they may not be getting as much on game day right now. But we're getting it in practice, and so that's allowing us to develop them a little bit. Big John, John is a redshirt sophomore. There's that whole little group. So, Dietrich has made some progress. I feel like he's starting to turn the corner and get back on track. Growing up a little bit. So I mean, we got guys, but right now nobody that we think. We're going to put in there in the third series to just get them in there, with the game on the line. And, it's just some of those guys taking that next step from practice standpoint to earn that.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Jordan McFadden will be joining us downstairs.